What's up, guys? It's BDuck44 back here with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Kentucky Wildcats Sweet 16 matchup with the Kansas State Wildcats from the Big 12. Kentucky opened up the tournament as a 5 seed in what everybody thought was the region of doom. Virginia, the 1 seed, the 2 seed Cincinnati, the 3 seed Tennessee, and the 4 seed Arizona. And all 4 of those teams have been wiped out and sent packing. And their seasons are all over. First time in NCAA tournament history that none of the 1 through 4 seeds have made it to the regional site. And the regional site this year in the South is Catlanta, also known as Atlanta, Georgia. But we got the 9 seed Kansas State, the 5 seed Kentucky Wildcats, the 11 seed Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers, and the 7 seed, the Fighting Wolves of Nevada. And, it's like all your experts at the beginning of this tournament said they thought Virginia was the big dog, and it looked like Virginia was the big dog all year. 31-2, 17-1 in the ACC, and they ran through that ACC tournament like a cakewalk. But they were taken out by the magical 16 seed UMBC, the Retrievers from the American East Conference. Just magical stuff there. Something we thought we might never see in our lifetime, but eventually we knew it could happen, and it finally did happen. But you just thought Virginia was one of those teams who wouldn't be vulnerable to a 16 seed because of that type of defense they play. But injuries to Hunter and Kyle Guy was a little banged up. They came out and they ran into a buzzsaw that was a 16 seed UMBC, and we witnessed history for the first time. As for Kansas State, they struggled with this 16 seed, 50-43. They barely got by 7 points. Kansas State, they had to fight and claw for everything in that game. It was not easy. Kansas State is minus Dean Wade, the leading scorer. I think he averages about 16.7 points a game and around 6 rebounds. He's kind of their leader. And, Kansas State really didn't look like they were attacking much in that game. It's kind of perimeter oriented. They don't really have a big guy with Wade out. So they wasn't really able to take advantage of the size mismatch down low, and that enabled that kind of let UMBC hang around a lot longer than they probably should have. It has for Kentucky, first round matchup against a well-schooled, well-coached Bob McKillop Davidson Wildcat team who really executes well in the half court, and against a young team like Kentucky, you figured they would struggle against that half court execution, and they did throughout. But Kentucky has shown the versatility to play a lot of different styles. Even being the youngest team in this whole tournament, they executed late, used their length and athleticism to their advantage, and pulled out the win over Davidson. And then in the second round against Buffalo, a team who just absolutely full rushed the Arizona Wildcats in the first round, taking them down by 20. And then, Kentucky, this game kind of played into their hands because Buffalo is a team who likes to get up and down, and they tried to run the Cats up and down. But, this is something Kentucky excels at with all these athletes. You get guys like Shai Gilgeous, Kevin Knox, and Hamidou Diallo in the open court. That's a lot of athleticism to stop. And Buffalo had talented mid-major players, but, that talent just couldn't hold up to the NBA talent of Kentucky. But Buffalo, Wes Clark, the point guard, had a heck of a game. I think he ended up with 26 points. Former Missouri player. But Buffalo team who's very talented gave the Cats a good fight, but at the end the Cats just the talent won out, and they went ahead and got the job done 95-75 over Buffalo. And that sets up the matchup with Kansas State in the Sweet 16 down in Atlanta, Georgia. So Kansas State, like I said, Dean Wade, their leading scorer throughout the year, has been hampered by an ankle injury. So it's going to be interesting to see if he'll be able to go and be ready for this game. But Kansas State, not a team who wants to get up and down. Bruce Weber teams are known for their physicality and toughness on the defensive end of the ball. And, they got guys like Barry Brown, a guard who averages 16 a night. You got Xavier Sneed, a big three, a long, versatile three, a guy who's very athletic. Dara, I think he's a freshman guard. And they've also got Stokes, kind of a small two guard for them, very fast at the basketball. But, I mean, this team is a team that could hang in this game, but they really struggle in the half court to score the basketball. So I think they're going to try to turn this into a half court game and get Kentucky, try to use that toughness to their advantage. But this Kentucky team has all the talent. They're so versatile. They're starting to play really good basketball at the right time. Like Cal always gets them. He always gets them going. It's like he says, he drives everything toward March, and this team is driving the right way in March right now. I mean, guys like Diallo, who just had a monster game against Buffalo. Shea Gilgeous is just a quarterback and the calming guy for this ball club. And then you've got the star, the dude that has a ton of potential in Kevin Knox, who's getting things going. And P.J. Washington on the block, just a star-studded, powerful dude down there, kind of undersized, but he gets the job done. And Nick Richards, the center, he's been kind of struggling. I mean, Cal starts him every game, but he just not getting the production they need out of him. But it really hasn't bothered Kentucky so far. Quade Green, a dude who's kind of still trying to find his way in this offense, but if he gets hot, that just gives Kentucky another dimension. He is a capable knockdown shooter from the perimeter. And Winning Gabriel, really the X-factor guy for this team, who does a little bit of everything, spins, rebounds, can knock down a three. Just a very versatile guy for them who gives them a different dimension when he gets going. But I really love Kentucky in this matchup. I mean, they've got the talent. They've got the length. They've got the size down low. Kansas State, not a team who really can rebound. I think they average like 30.7 rebounds a game. That ranked like 240th in the country. So look for the Cats to really eat the glass in this ball game, and that's going to give I mean, you can't give a team like Kentucky second chances. You've got to keep them off the offensive glass, and I don't know if Kansas State's going to be a team that is able to do that. And also another key thing, knocking down perimeter threes. Kansas State, a team that really struggles to shoot it from the outside. So a lot of things that Kansas State struggles at, Kentucky's good at. So this could be an uphill climb for Bruce Weber. He's really going to have to get this team coached up before Thursday. I mean, I think this is an uphill climb for Kansas State. Kentucky, I kind of compare Kansas State to Georgia out of the SEC. Physically tough team, struggles to score the basketball, and just don't know if they have enough firepower to hang with this young Kentucky group who is starting to bond and play at a really high level at the right time. I think the spread opened up in Vegas, Kentucky at minus like 5.5 on the opening line. I feel like the Cats, I mean, the style of this game can go a lot of different ways. Both Kentucky can either push it, they can dial it back, but I look for Kansas State to come out and try to hold the ball a little bit and work in the half court to find good shots. But Kentucky has showed the discipline in the half court to be able to defend teams like that, just like Davidson in the first round, Tennessee in the SEC championship. So, I mean, Kansas State, not that talented. So I look for Kentucky to put up anywhere from around 69, maybe 78 points. Let's go with 75 points for the Cats. And I look for the Cats to hold Kansas State, maybe the low 60s. So I'm looking at maybe a double-digit 75-61 win for Kentucky. That's my prediction for this ball game. I think the size and athleticism wins out and wears down the Kansas State Wildcats, who are not really a deep team. So that's my thoughts on the Kentucky versus Kansas State game. Hopefully you liked it. Comment below some of your thoughts. Like the video. Stay tuned. Plan on making a few more of these things going forward the rest of the NCAA tournament. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.